I wanted to make this video for anybody out there that is feeling like a failure, or maybe you've not reached the point in life that you originally thought you would be at when you were younger. When I was younger, I had this kind of envision, almost like this kind of just like creation of what my character or myself would be at my age now, and I am so far from it. I've actually gone backwards as I've gotten older. And not only have I pretty much have no relationship with anybody, partner, spouse, friends, anything, but financially and success wise, it's like I'm taking steps back, and I'm nowhere near where I envisioned I would be. And if you are feeling like a failure out there, know that you have plenty of life ahead of you. Don't feel like a failure, because I have thrown everything away. I've not even spoken about this, but when I was in my 20s, early 20s, I was going through, right when I got out of college, I had to kind of grow up, and I had bills to pay. I was getting my first apartment with my girlfriend. I signed the lease, and right before, it was like 10 days before we actually were going to move in, she broke up with me. And what that did is it stuck me with the entire bill. And I was in a lease, and I had to afford it on my own. It's about $1,000 a month. But for me, that was a lot of money. I was working as a part-time security guard, making, peanuts and Vienna sausages essentially an hour. And just barely enough to afford the apartment. And she broke up with me, and I was stuck with that, and I was building a business on the back end. So I was working part-time, living in that apartment, and at nighttime I'd work from 11 to 6 a.m. and I would work part-time, and I would build my business while I was at work. Little do they know, but I would build my business there. And I ended up, long story short, I built the business, and I was on food stamps. So I was on food stamps all throughout my time in that apartment. And I went from food stamps to selling my business on my birthday, which was actually the last day of my 2 weeks. And I sold it for over 6 figures. I got 102,942 out of it. The total net takeaway was about 160,000. And I went from food stamps to having that much money, and I had no idea how to control it. And I blew it all away, and I spent it all in about 7 months. And I got injured from being an idiot on a motorcycle. But I had money, I was injured, and you combine those two things. I had time in my hand, I had money, and I fell into addiction. And I fell into it pretty deep. It was to the point where I actually, I had 2 Corvettes. I lost them both. I gave one to my parents to pay for the amount of money that I stole from my parents. I fell so deep into addiction that not only did I lose everything I had, but I actually stole from my parents a significant amount of money to fund my addiction. And it blows my mind that I'm even saying this out loud, but it's the truth, and I can't believe I even did it. I don't even know how I could even grasp that mindset to do something like that, but I did. I stole from my family to fund my addiction, and I fell deep into addiction. I lost everything I had. I was evicted from my apartment, lost all transportation. I actually lost all of my clothes, and I became homeless. And I was homeless for about 7 months. It was awful. And I had warrants out, and I had to get those taken care of. Couldn't even get a job. It was awful, and I am just now getting out of that situation. I just got this car. It's a beater, but it gets me from point A to point B. But and I just got into a living situation. It's co-living. It's a pad split. It allows people with evictions and stuff to get sustained long-term living. And I'm living in a pad split. Just got this car transportation, and I just got a source of income to kind of crawl my way out of the situation I got myself in. I dug myself a hole so deep that it has been not impossible, but it's been so challenging on me to get out of the hole. And I'm still injured. I've got a leg that is significant. I don't know if I can get this on, but I don't know if that even shows, but I can barely walk, and I've had this for about 5 years, 14 surgeries, and just trying to do daily things as a challenge. But I've ruined every relationship I had. I have thrown away a insane amount of money. Insane to me, $160,000 to me. That was life changing. I mean, to me that was a lot of money. I know a lot it's not, but that was a lot. And through the business, I lost all my workers. I lost every type of friendship I had. Friendship they're kind of acquaintances, because when I was using and drinking, it was, if I didn't have it and I wasn't, if I didn't have party favors, like nobody was around me. So it's like they just all left. And I learned that real quick. I essentially didn't exist to anybody, but I lost my family, who I love very, very much, and everything I had. I became homeless, and I'm just now getting myself out of the hole. I'm almost 30 years old, and I just got my first real job. I just got my license about a couple months ago, and I took a driver's test at almost 30 years old, which is wild. 29 years old taking my driver's test, but just got a license, just got a vehicle, and I just became not homeless. And I'm still working on getting clothes. I go to the thrift store, and that's I love the thrift store. I don't care how much money I have. I love the thrift store. But I'm just trying to get my life on track again, and I was far ahead of where I'm at now 5 years ago. And so for anybody out there that's feeling like a failure, know that I have made an even stupider decision. I threw everything I had away, and I stole from my family, and that I can't believe I did that, but it's the truth. And now I'm trying to make amends and repair the relationships I can hopefully have with my family again. But I'm an idiot, and I'm trying to get out of it now, but that's the honest truth. It's just a little bit about my life. What a rare behind. So if you're feeling like a failure out there and you've not got to the point where you want to be in life, know that you have plenty of time, and you just have to wake up and just know that you do. I wake up every day and I make a to-do list. I try to make a priority. Making these videos is it needs to become a priority of mine, and it's going to be, and it's helping me. It's like therapy almost, and it's there's nobody to talk to about like social anxiety or like struggles in life. It's like everybody on YouTube, it's like it seems like everybody's like successful and they have so much money and they got every friend in the world, and that's not me. I'm struggling. I'm just trying to make it out, and I'm gonna try and document everything for my own personal self. And if anybody's interested, watch. I mean, subscribe, yeah. Subscribe to my videos, because I'm gonna be making a lot. I just want to document my life, how it actually is, and not the success stories, I guess. But yeah, so that's what I plan to do. But it's tough. I don't have any relationship with anybody. I just have my first job, just got my license, just got a car, just got a shelter, actual shelter I can live in. And so I'm struggling. And if you are struggling out there, know that you have plenty of time. Wake up every day. And what I do is I wake up every single day and I make a to-do list on what I can actually get done that's going to be the most productive thing possible, and that I can actually accomplish in a day. And sometimes that is legitimately actually play Call of Duty. Like sometimes that is actually my to-do list. But I make a to-do list every single day. Stay focused on my sobriety, AA meetings, and I just try to hopefully get ahead in life and try and get back on my feet at almost 30 years old.